Muzzy Camp Kitchen with outdoor edge knife.
Hi, and welcome to the Muzzy Camp Kitchen. This week, I'm going to show you how to make a yummy wild game lasagna. First, we're going to start with our wild game ground meat. Again, this can be elk, antelope, or deer, and it has no fat added. When I have my meat ground at the butcher, I tell them, please do not add any pork fat. So what I do when I'm trying to make this kind of meat, or meatballs, or meatloaf, or anything that has to be kept together, I add egg. So no fat in this game meat. So first we're going to start, we got 2 pounds. We're going to put that into our bowl here. And then we're going to add a half a cup of chopped onions, a tablespoon of chopped garlic, a half a cup of breadcrumbs, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, half a cup of chopped Italian parsley, and then our 2 eggs from our chickens right here on the ranch. And of course, my Crazy Janes. It's kind of like a salt, pepper, and all kinds of yummy spices mixed together. Okay, now we're just going to mix that all together. And this is also how I make my meatballs when I make my family's Italian meat sauce. But since we're going to use this for lasagna, I'm not going to make meatballs out of it. I'm just going to cook it just like I would taco meat or anything like that. I'm just going to mix that all up together. So now again, if you were making meat sauce and you wanted meatballs, you just simply roll them into meatballs and fry them, but we're going to make lasagna. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to our pan, maybe a couple tablespoons, and put it on medium-high heat. Now we're going to go ahead and add our meat to our hot oil. And we're just going to brown that up until everything is nice and cooked in there. Our meat is all cooked through and nice and browned. So now we're going to take it over here and start layering our lasagna. All right, and then we're going to use our leftover meat sauce that I had frozen and defrosted. And now we're ready to start layering. So the first thing I do is I start with the pan, and I just put a little bit of sauce on the bottom. Then we're going to start with our lasagna noodles, and I like to use the no-cook ones. Of course, you can use the other ones if you like. I'm usually in a rush, have too much to do, so I use these. And then we're just going to layer these right across the bottom, overlapping slightly. And then we're going to follow that up with some of our meat. And just spread it around evenly. And what I take is a spoon, just a teaspoon, and kind of put one little dollop where each serving might be. And then next, I'm going to put some of my shredded mozzarella all the way around. Nice and even. Okay, and then the last thing is I take my sauce. And not too much. One of the mistakes a lot of people make when they first make this is that they make it too soupy. So you don't want to actually put too much. It's going to all kind of melt together. The cheese is going to melt, and so you just want to put a little bit. And then we start all over again. Okay, and then the very last thing is I just put some grated cheese on top. So maybe 30 to 45 minutes at 350 to 375, and it should be done. I like to cover it to start, and maybe the last 10 minutes, take the foil off and let it just get a little browned on top. Oh, look at that. Now that should satisfy a lot of hungry hunters.